Hey, welcome to the channel, Rob the Quantum Auto and Sport. Today we're going to go sideways a little bit and talk about an electric scooter that I just got. And I wanted to share my impressions. For those of you that are taking up new hobbies or new to electric scootering, I am as well. I am not a professional. I am not even an intermediate. I'm not familiar with other products. I did a bunch of extensive research in the last few weeks before I bought this to make the best purchase, the smartest purchase I could. But I wanted something that had some power, had some speed, excellent build quality. I knew it would be expensive, but I wanted to make sure I bought the right equipment once and didn't have to like unnecessarily upgrade because of bad lessons learned along the way. So I did all the intensive research I could. I leaned on the excellent customer service that the Apollo company has to help make sure I'm getting the right scooter for me. And I wanted to share some initial impressions as somebody that's a real novice in the world of scootering. Just a disclaimer, this is a car enthusiast channel, high performance auto machines, track, all that stuff. So this is, again, like I said, sideways into the world of electric scooters, but I'm coming at this like somebody who loves speed, who loves well-built machinery, appreciates fine engineering, likes good quality products that are expensive for a reason. So I assume that you do as well. If you landed on this video because you just searched for Apollo Explorer videos and this came up, I want to make this meaningful to you as well, especially as somebody like me that's getting in maybe for the first time or buying this for somebody they know and they're wondering if it's worth the money or if it's something that's safe or reasonable for somebody that doesn't ride a lot. So here are my initial impressions. Excellent customer service by Apollo. They were there for me for the research in the beginning when I called them to ask them some questions for some issues that I couldn't solve myself by doing the research, and they were very helpful with that. They are known for their reputation of great customer service, and I can vouch for that as well. I think they were fantastic. They stand behind their product. They're transparent. They're available by the phones. The website is easy to read, easy to navigate, has a lot of video tutorials. The company has really kind of stood up behind the product and have, they're present. They're part of the whole thing. You can definitely tell they're into it. And they want you to be into it as well. So, as somebody who complains a lot from bad customer service and companies that phone it in, these guys are the opposite of that. They're excellent. Unfortunately, I did have a problem with shipping. I think my situation was an outlier because I've never seen anybody else complain about the shipping. But my box came from UPS damaged significantly. I feared that the unit might be damaged inside, but fortunately, it wasn't because of the way they package it inside. It protected it from the nonsense that happened to the box on the outside. However, a bag of desiccant beads exploded all over the inside of the bag during shipping and went everywhere in the scooter and in the box and got all over my garage and on my finger. It was a mess. So between the box and the beads all over the box, I was very, very upset. But I called Apollo and they were profusely apologetic. They were very professional about it. They explained that they take it very seriously and they're going to follow up with their shipper to see what in the world happened there because they expect a lot better. So again, I think that was just my experience. I won't hold it against them for you, but I did want to be thorough here and fair. So the only other problem I had with the unboxing process was when I went to open the scooter, I couldn't get it to open. If you're like me and you watched all the videos, you've seen them show you a million times how you unfold it and open it. It wasn't as simple as it looks for me because my unit was overly tightened. They said it apparently happens. I called them up. They were there. They answered the phone very quickly, and a very nice gentleman was able to help me figure out a creative solution with the screws and tools that they have to get the little tweaking and get it open. But it was something that I wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise if I didn't have them on the phone with customer service. So if I had taken delivery and opened the box at night after their customer service was closed, or it was a weekend and there was nobody answering the phones, you would be very, very unhappy. I would have been very upset that I have to wait till a Monday morning, whatever it is, when they open again to figure it out. I did need them to do it, but fortunately I took mine in the middle of the afternoon and I was able to get them on the phone right away. So no harm, no foul, but that's just something that if it happens to you, get on the phone with them. They can walk you through that. There's a process. I'm not going to take the time in the video here to tell you how to do it. I could tell you how to do it, and it's not that difficult at all if it happens to you, but they will have an answer for you on the phone if it does happen to you. Don't fret if you can't open it up. I just hope that you're within customer service hours in order to have them help you. Initial impressions. Extremely well made. Right out of the bat, you can tell. As a car enthusiast, as a Porsche-phile, likes fine engineering, likes Germanic engineering, this thing is as good as you can expect a scooter to be. It's really well made. It's almost 3D printed type of build quality. It's got a lot of structural rigidity. There's no play or gaps in the parts. The alloys that they use are tight. The suspension is sophisticated. The wheels are excellent. The brake rotors are excellent. They stop the scooter very well. Obviously, braking on a scooter is as much your responsibility and your technique as it is the scooter's ability to sustain that technique. But I know enough in 2 days of scooter riding that I have to get better at braking before I can really review the brakes. But right out of the box, they are very assured. They stop the scooter very well. It's big and it's heavy. I'm new to scootering, so it's going to sound silly to some people watching this, but it's a lot bigger in person. Trust me, it is a lot bigger in person than it is on video. If you're new to scooters, when you unbox this thing and you open it up, you're going to be like, damn! It's just like unfold into like this big thing in your room. So it's not this little scooter that it looks like on camera. It really is big. And it's appropriately sized because it needs to have the wheelbase to be safe at speed. It needs to have the size and the radius of the tires in order to handle potholes and so forth. So, and the deck needs to be big enough to contain a lithium battery that's large enough to have that range and power. So it makes sense big, but it is big nonetheless. It's also very heavy, 52 pounds. This is not a light scooter to manhandle. Even I'm 175 pounds, and I work out in the gym. I can carry things. It's cumbersome because you have to carry it in such a way that it's not just a simple little dumbbell you're taking over to the incline bench. It's a big cumbersome piece of metal that you're swinging through your house or your stairwell or the elevator or the trunk of your car, and you're prone to hit everything because you just can't manhandle 52 pounds with one hand. And when you use your other hand to support it, if you want to use two hands, now you put your back into it, and now you're potentially going to hurt your back. So if you're somebody that's got to move this thing all over the place, it's going to be a pain in the butt for you. If you're a professional scooter rider, you're somebody that's enthusiast of scooters and you know all this, bear with me, I appreciate it, but I'm talking to the uninitiated here like myself. It was a surprise. These are bigger and heavier than anybody can make you see in a video. That's why I'm trying to articulate it to kind of compensate for the lack of accurate impression I had during my research. A little criticism, aside from being very well made, the one hiccup I had was the fit and finish of the skid friction tape on the deck is poor. There's a ton of air bubbles in there. If you did a window tint job like this, you'd be out of business in 2 days. You can't deliver that to the customer that way. So I challenge Apollo to contact their manufacturer and do a better job. I'm not the first guy to complain about that. I saw that on other videos, and it happened to me as well. They tell you to stick a pin in it and so forth, but that's not right. It's not our responsibility to finish the job of installing the deck tape properly. They need to get better quality control with that, and I challenge them to do it. But other than that, that's the only thing I can point at with the naked eye that's a problem on the scooter. Everything else is phenomenal. Riding quality. Again, I'm a novice rider. I'm going to bullet point real quick through a couple of impressions, and then later on, when I ride this for a longer period of time, and I get better as a rider, I'll do a more thorough review about how I think about the scooter. But right off the top, I'll just tell you it's not as quick as I thought. It's as fast as they say, and it is as fast as I thought. It does the 32 miles an hour it's supposed to on a level road. It slows down a bit on hills, but it does have enough torque to get you up an incline and up a hill and a small street. I was happy with that, but it does slow down, and most importantly, and most critically from my point of view as somebody who loves speed and loves fast shape-shifting acceleration, the scooter does not deliver that. A 1,000 kilowatt motor on the rear wheel only and I'm learning this now the hard way, just doesn't deliver the zip zing instant acceleration of like a Tesla Model 3 Performance. It's not going to give you that instant 50 to 70 mile an hour passing thrust that you might be looking for if you're an enthusiast like me. If you're a casual rider and a beginner, and you can skip over this part of the video because this would be meaningless blather to you, and I totally get it. You're not interested in that, and you're not a daredevil, and you don't care about speed that way. I totally respect that and get that, but right now I'm talking to the guys and gals out there that love the ability to just twist the throttle and have roll-on acceleration to move from here, point A, to over there, point B, instantaneously with that rush of electric torque. This scooter does not provide that. And I wanted to be very clear about that. If you're looking for something like that, it's apparent to me, at least in the Apollo brand, that you may have to step up. I may one day have to step up into the dual motor scooters that are much more expensive but have significant motors on both wheels instead of just one like I have. So the Apollo Explorer is the fastest and most powerful scooter they sell with the single motor, but I'm starting to wonder now after 2 days I'm already used to the acceleration, and that's a bad sign if in 2 days you're used to, in air quotes there, the power delivery. I'm definitely not used to the speed. I love 30 miles an hour scooter, feels like 100 and anything else, so I'm tickled when it comes to doing 30. But with acceleration up the driveway or down the street, just flicking the handle, there's a little bit of a delay. It's almost like turbo lag, and then it kicks in, but not fast enough, and then it kind of winds up to 30 miles an hour, and it's a little underwhelming. Again, that's not a criticism necessarily of Apollo and the Explorer. It's just that's me as a car guy, talking for the very first time about scooters, and I had different expectations of the way an electric power unit would deliver that movement of me on the scooter. I thought it would be more rapid. Like I said, top speed is excellent. You definitely need a motorcycle helmet to ride this. I don't care what anybody tells you. I'm a safety guy. There's a lot of different opinion on this, but my opinion is the only one I care about. It's my noodle. It's my head. So I'm going to treat your head and your noodle the way I would treat my head and my noodle. And I think you need a DOT-approved motorcycle helmet. If you take a spill at 20 to 30 miles an hour on a scooter and you hit your head, or you roll and tumble, or you hit another object, or you hit a car, you want a real helmet. You never sacrifice on something like a helmet. If you wear a bike helmet or one of those half hat helmets, whatever, you're stupid. You shouldn't. I see plenty of videos with guys doing it, and I'm astonished. And now that I have one and I rode it for 2 days and I did the top speed on it on a public road, you're insane if you don't get a motorcycle helmet to ride this, or a professional scooter helmet, or something that's DOT approved to ride. I'm not even going to waste more time talking about it. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I highly recommend a full face with a shield motorcycle helmet. And when you're doing 30 miles an hour, by the way, the air goes in your eyes with a significant level. You need to have that wind visor. I'm shutting the wind visor all the time, especially in the cold. So having a full face motorcycle helmet, fantastic. I think it's essential. They're not that expensive. It's worth spending the money on it. I'm going to do more research myself into elbow and knee safety equipment, which I think is also very necessary. Any between 20 and 30, if you take a spill on a road and you tumble, you're going to crack your knees, you're going to crack your elbows. It's going to be real poop show if you don't have elbow guards and knee guards. And so I'm going to do better research now and get something that I think is really good. I think Leatt, Leatt, is a company that makes super, super high-end protective equipment for mountain bike riders and motocross riders and bike riders, motorcycle riders. I think that's the appropriate level that one needs to be at when they're riding a scooter of this power or higher. I see a lot of videos with people not wearing anything of the kind. I think they're crazy. I love speed. I love motion. I love fit and finish. I love adrenaline. I love the daredevil lifestyle. I don't believe in doing any of that without the proper safety equipment. So definitely needed for this type of scooter for sure. If you're getting this for your child, your teenager or something, or your loved one or spouse or partner, and you don't get them the safety equipment with the scooter, then I don't want to call you names, but you love somebody, you get them something like this. You get them the protective equipment. Otherwise, what the heck are you doing? The light bulbs, the last thing I'll talk about real quick. Excellent LED lighting. The LED lighting on this scooter is, metaphorically speaking, to the level of what you'd expect Audi to put LED lighting on the scooter. This is the Audi of scooters in terms of its LED lighting system. Fantastic. The LED projector front headlight on the wheel, and then the two on the side of the deck, and then the red lights in the rear. They blink when you hit the brakes. They're steady when you're just riding. The vertical LED blue strip that's up and down on the neck of the handrail is really sleek and sexy. In dusk and nighttime, the scooter is it's a piece of art with the lights on and everything like this. It really underscores the money that you spent on it. It showcases the fit, finish, and the belief in making and selling a product by Apollo, and I give them a lot of credit for this, that is attractive and rewards you as an owner and draws positive comments and accolades from people that see it. Already folks have said, "Wow, look at the lights on that thing." It sounds silly. I mean, I know other scooter guys and scooter companies would say, "Oh, it's lights, it's fluff. And what's the point of that? Don't distract me with lights. Give me a." But yeah, well, Apollo gives you all the fit and finish and the engineering and the power, but they also give you the lights to give you that little bit of extra appeal and presence that you'd expect from something very expensive like a machine like this. So a lot of architect and engineer credit to these guys for putting the lighting system in like that. So anyway, I added the headlight that they also sell, which is really high powered, really good. I think at $50, it's a no-brainer, and it's got a tremendous amount of lumens. Really impressed with that. It's not something you're going to buy off Amazon necessarily. It's a better quality than that, so I recommend it. The bell is good, and the brakes are excellent. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm at 15 minutes. I'm already 5 minutes way past where I wanted to be on this. Sorry to lecture you about safety, but I'm doing you a service, doing myself a service. It's just something that this is a scooter, but the word scooter sounds playful. But when you're doing 20 to 30 miles an hour on a public road on a scooter, and any kind of fall you take is basically you're meeting the road somehow. You got to have the safety equipment. So anyway, I'm going to share another video in a couple weeks. I hope you like this. If you like the video, if you like the channel, click subscribe. Leave any comments down below. Click like if you like it, and I'll put more of these up. But it's the dead of winter right now, so I'm not doing too many car videos at the moment, and took some time off during the year because it was a crazy year, obviously, for all of us. Apologize for the lack of content, but we'll get some more stuff up soon. I hope everybody is well, and see you back soon.